Welcome. Today we're going to talk about making slip. Slip is basically the glue that holds clay together when you're making attachments. Slip in its end result should look something like a milkshake consistency. It should be nice and smooth, though that can take some time to get a smooth consistency. In the beginning, it will start out chunky. So this is a good example of slip. Again, it's kind of a milkshake, a little thicker consistency that you'll be applying to your clay when you make attachments. To make your slip, you're going to start out with the following. You're going to take a chunk of clay. You don't need anything too large, maybe the size of a golf ball would be fine. And you're going to start breaking apart little bits of it into your container like this. Now I was just making a project and I actually have some scraps of clay over here that I'm going to use, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm breaking this up. All right, so I've broken my clay up, and just going back to size, if this is my ruler here, I'd say no more than 1 inch diameter circle or 1.5 inch. We don't want to use up too much of your clay for the slip. And I've got this extra clay that I carved off of a project. I'm actually going to scoop that right and put it in. Then I'm going to take some clean water, and doesn't really matter the temperature, though the warmer water will break it down quicker. I have a plastic fork, or you can use your popsicle stick or even your mixing tool. And I'm going to put enough water until this just kind of covers the clay, and it's okay if there's some little peaks of clay sticking out. You don't want too much water. And then I'm going to either start using my fork or my fingers to break this up. Your fingers are definitely going to get you a little further than a plastic fork, but if you don't want to touch it, it's okay. You can use the plastic fork. You're just trying to encourage this clay to break up a little bit more. It's not going to become a perfect solution of slip today, but the more you break it up now, the better it will be when you when you let this sit. It will break up more quickly and more smoothly. And again, if you prefer, you can just get your fingers right in there and start breaking up those pieces even more into smaller bits and kind of massaging the water into them. You're going to let this sit ideally for a day or two or longer if you have the time. And when you come back after you've mixed this up, you're going to mix it again. And again, you should have a much more thick, smooth blend of material. If it's still really watery, you can always add a little bit more clay to it. And if it's too thick, you can also add a little more water to it.